What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into the Secret X-Men issue number 1. This is a story written by Tina Howard, and our X-Men are answering the call from the Shi'ar Empire. When the Empress has gone missing, they call on the likes of Sunspot, Cannonball, Marrow, Tempo, Forge, Banshee, Strongman, Armor, and Boom Boom. And the reason we're calling it the Secret X-Men is because these guys, they didn't actually get elected to be on the X-Men team. These are all individuals that had really hoped they could be on the X-Men team, but someone else got elected instead of them. But now, with the Empress needing some kind of help, they head out on their mission. And if you haven't been keeping up with everything going on with the X-Men, be sure to check out the links in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with the X-Men ever since the Empire event. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up at a Shi'ar festival. And Sunspot, he is currently having the time of his life. He is drinking, he's partying, and he is taking a girl back. Getting into his room, they go to have a little bit of fun, but they are quickly interrupted. And that is with the arrival of Deathbird, the personal security to our Empress. Now Sunspot, he's been going around and he's been telling people that he is the leader of the X-Men. Doing this to try to get some kind of clout, trying to impress girls, so on and so forth. This night, it actually caught up to him. But Deathbird, she is not here to end Sunspot's life, because right now she needs an ally that is outside of the Imperial Guard, with their two precogs saying that they have seen a threat that is going to come on the Empress's life. And so she has been moved to a secondary location just to keep her safe for the time being, and letting him know that he needs to assemble his team and meet them at that location. This is of the highest priority, and they are really depending on the X-Men to do their job, to be the allies they know them to be and help them out. And so, picking up with Sunspot and Cannonball, the two of them, they are discussing what just happened. With Sunspot revealing all of this information, Cannonball is 100% in, and the two of them, they begin building their team. Little does Cannonball know, this Sunspot has already picked the team, invited them over, and right now they are all downstairs waiting on them. And with them inviting him upstairs, we see Tempo, we see Banshee, we see Strong Guy, we see Marrow, Boom Boom, Forge. The whole team is here. And these guys, they haven't gotten together since the Hellfire Gala. All of them wanting to be on the X-Men team, drinking their sorrows away, and enjoying each other's company after they found out that they did not win the votes. But Sunspot lets them all know that I have gathered you all here because we are about to embark on a secret mission. And with the rest of them really wanting to find out what is going on here, that's when Sunspot goes back upstairs. And Cannonball, he's a little bit ticked off, because he hadn't really been filled in on all of the information yet. That is, until Gladiator shows up and tries to find out what they are up to. And they have come seeking the help of the X-Men as well. Them letting us know that the Empress, she has gone missing, along with her precogs as well. Not only that, it appears that Deathbird has gone missing as well. And they know that their defenses, they are impenetrable, which means that Deathbird has the Empress and is hiding her away from the Imperial Guard and everyone else. And so with Sunspot and Cannonball not really sure what to make of this information, what the Imperial Guard and Gladiator are really telling them is that Deathbird might be responsible for kidnapping the Empress. And though normally Gladiator, he would never task this job out to any outsiders, he sees Cannonball as family. and because of that, he is going to entrust him with this task while they stay behind in defense. And with our X-Men gathering together, they're really trying to piece together what the heck they have just gotten themselves into. Because first, we have Deathbird show up and ask them to go on a secret mission. Only for a day later, the Imperial Guard shows up and tells them that the Empress and Deathbird have gone missing and that they might be suspecting Deathbird as the culprit to kidnap the Empress, along with our precogs. And the issue is not just that this is a complicated situation, this is a diplomatic situation as well, because if they mess this up, they are gonna make an enemy of the Shi'ar Empire. And that is something that none of them can afford, especially with all of the enemies that mutant kind already has. But Sunspot, he lets everybody know that while we may joke, we have our fun and games, every single one of you wanted to be an X-Men, you wanted to be on that team, and you put your name in for the vote. And while most of us, we drank our sorrow away, we joke about it, we're sarcastic about it, this is something that we wanted, and here is our opportunity to actually do something about it. And so while they head out in Shi'ar Empire space, they did not let the Imperial Guards know that they had already been tasked out with a mission by Deathbird herself. This gives them just a little bit of head start on the guard. And with Forge making them some new costumes, they try them all on and they are looking fresh as ever. And this is where we see them get attacked. Floating out here in space, nobody around them, they get ambushed. Their ship gets hit, and they get completely surrounded. Looking outside the windows, they see nothing but darkness, with everyone suiting up, getting ready to go out into space. One of the unique things here is we see Marrow. She is able to more or less make a complete bodysuit that she is able to breathe in space, and it's something that she has been wanting to test out for quite some time now. This is her Marrow suit that she has been wanting to create, wanting to see if it would actually work in space. And now that they're more or less immortal, this is a great opportunity to test that out. And she was right, it works 100%. And with our X-Men recognizing that there is some kind of barrier surrounding them, they begin to try to break through, only to reveal that this is the Xandra bounty hunters. They have been sent out here and tasked with taking these guys down. And while these guys are always getting themselves mixed up in Shi'ar Empire affairs, they always go out to whoever is paying the most money. And so while our team on the outside, they are doing everything they can to fight off these bounty hunters, they are severely outnumbered. And so Banshee goes for the Hail Mary, opening up the airlock and stepping outside. He uses his powers and he gets rid of these bounty hunters in an instant. And so now with the bounty hunters out of their way, having the location of where they need to go, they make their way down to a planet. On the surface, it looks rocky, it looks icy, it looks like a winter hellland. But after breaking a little bit of ice because something is underneath the surface, they reveal a giant door. With this door opening up for them, they go inside and they find a Krakoan portal. And though they are a little thrown off about this, they say that this is a kind of brilliant idea. If you want to make sure that only your strongest mutant allies get through, put the mutant doorway at the end. But with them not sure how this is all gonna unfold, this gate being here, it might implicate them as kidnapping the Empress. Not sure if Deathbird is on their side or working against them. They have so many questions that they still need answered. But unfortunately for them, they don't have any time to wait, because the bounty hunters, they are right on their tails. With Cannonball and Sunspot lighting these guys up, the rest of our mutants, they make it to the gateway. And going through the Krakoan gate, they pick up right outside of a wormhole on a ship that belongs to Deathbird, with Deathbird telling them it is about freaking time that you guys showed up. With them wanting a little bit of gratitude, Deathbird lets them know that it was really all a test, that no one was actually in danger, and those bounty hunters, Deathbird hired those bounty hunters more or less to test the capability of the X-Men. But moreover, Sunspot is lying to her. When he tells them that he has no idea what the Imperial Guard is up to, she knows this is a lie. She intercepted communications, and so she really wants to know, are you guys working with the Imperial Guard, or are you here to help us? But before things can get really out of hand, the Empress stops all of it, because she can see their thoughts. The X-Men aren't lying to them. They came here as X-Men, as allies to the Empress. And if the time comes that the Empress actually does go missing, she now knows that she can rely on this X-Men team to come to her aid. And though they could have came here with Gladiator, they chose to come separately. And so this gives them some kind of confidence that they can be relied on, because right now they can't trust anybody in the Imperial Guard. And so alliances like this for them are very important right now. And while the Empress is letting everyone know that she kinda hinted into Sunspot's mind about the team that should be picked, but we learn that her precogs are letting everyone know this somebody out there is going to try to take the Empress. Not sure really how this is going to unfold. In the midst of this conversation, this is where we see Deathbird. She takes a spear to the back. With air evacuating out of the window, Forge goes to patch it up so everyone can make their escape. And we see Sunspot, he goes in to try to rescue Deathbird, but she got hit with a teleport mind. And so with it in her bag, we see Deathbird teleported out. And she was taken by the bounty hunters. Someone else had paid them off, paid them a higher price, and they turned against the Empress and Deathbird. And with Sunspot and Tempo going and hunting down that bounty hunter before he is able to escape, though he teleported Deathbird out of here already, they make sure that this bounty hunter, he pays with his life, and smashing his ship to pieces. With everyone back on board, now they are trying to figure out what is their next direction. What do we do now? Especially that Deathbird has been taken. But the precogs let the Empress know that these X-Men, they cannot remember that Deathbird had been taken, because her absence is a dangerous hole in their defenses. And while these guys may be the friends of the Empress, and they have proven themselves to be capable, this is a tactical failing that they cannot let be exposed. And so with that, she decides that they have to alter their memory, just the part about Deathbird and any information related to that. While they can believe that this mission was a huge success, they have to take Deathbird out of the equation completely. And so with all of their memories getting altered before they head back to Krakoa, this is something that weighs heavily on the Empress's mind, because these are her friends, these are her allies. And it's something that she's not relatively proud of. But in times of war, drastic measures must be had. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think this is a lot of fun because we're really highlighting X-Men characters that don't get that much of the limelight, giving characters to really shine out outside of the original lineup that we're always getting. And this is kind of what I've been looking forward to getting into, especially now that we have a heaven with every single mutant that's ever existed or ever will exist. Not only that, we have an entire planet that's called Araco that literally houses millions of mutants that we have never even got to see yet. And so stories like this are always a ton of fun to really dive into. And honestly, I hope we get some more of this. I would like each of these characters to get their real shot in the light, get to exhibit their powers and see what they are truly capable of. The artwork was absolutely amazing. The writing was tons of fun. It really had you guessing the whole time until it came up to the conclusion and let you know, like, this was all just a test. That Deathbird set up this entire thing just to make sure that these guys would actually be trustworthy. And so on a diplomatic standpoint, they couldn't have had a better outing. they are in the good gracious of the Empress. And this is something that she will not forget anytime soon. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.